Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits review. Today, from a brewery I've never had a beer from before, I'll be honest. Even though I live in Nottingham and I work in NG7, just round the corner from these fellas, on the Park Estate. So they're in Lenton Lane, not far away, a mile or two from the edge anyway. 200 not out, the Champion Beer of Nottingham 2020. Well done. 200 not out. Well, this is the fourth time I've tried to do this chuffing review. So luckily I've still got that much of the glass, because I yak anyway, you know what I'm like. So it's described as golden, hoppy, and I'll have to bring it back up. I do apologise, but I haven't worked out how to join the reviews together. And it's not I'm some thicko. It's just that, to be honest, it's a lot of hassle. So I usually just do a review and that's it, job's good. And so what you get is what you see. I don't mess about, I don't edit stuff out, so if I say something I shouldn't have said, it's tough on me. So yeah, the Champion Beer of Nottingham 2020, this juicy hop monster has all the stone fruit flavours with an incredible soft award-winning finish. And here we are. So bear in mind it's bottle conditioned. And I can't believe I've had to say all this again, but hey, that's life, isn't it? So yeah, slightly hazy pour. Bearing in mind that I've poured the old bottle in, so it might be less hazy if you didn't pour the last bit in. To me, I want the flavour, so bottle conditioned or not, I don't care. White head on it, a big hops and tropical citrus flavours in the aroma. And still, and bearing in mind, this is nearly 15 minutes this has been poured because I've been disturbed. This is 3 times I've been disturbed. It's disturbed again. There's going to be a raggy, sorting out. Yeah, I'll have a go, they'll have a go back, and I feel bad. But yeah, that's life, isn't it? So anyway. A lovely smooth taste to it. Those tropical flavours. Into citrus. It's a killer doing it for the 4th time. I feel like somebody on the TV. Got my grandad glass. Seeing the little fella this weekend. You know. Yes, we're only supposed to see one person, but you can't see you can't see a 2-year-old grandchild on your own. So you know, some rules are just silly. But anyway, yeah, and he hadn't seen us, and he ran up, and it was wow, wow, and you know that melted my heart. I had tears in my eyes. Not seen him for like 8 or 9 weeks, and gave me the biggest cuddle. And yeah, you're not supposed to touch them, social distancing and that. You try and tell a 2-year-old to social distance, it isn't happening. It's as simple as that. And just ran up and cuddled me and melted my heart. Beautiful. But anyway, before I turn to tears, yeah, so Lenton Lane Brewery. Like I say, I got this bottle, I got it in a beer hall from adventurebeer.com, a great little business doing all the different breweries in Nottinghamshire. And for me, I've got massive respects for the individuals, bloke or woman, whatever, who's running it, because it's a brilliant idea. It is. Because, I mean, obviously, we don't know what they pay, what deals are made. You're getting them for the same price that the brewery would probably sell them at. So in that, he's not making much profit. If he strikes a deal, fair play to him. And if they strike a deal with him, let's be fair. You go to each individual brewery, you're going to pay postage and packaging, petrol. So for someone to be bringing out beer, I mean, there's breweries I've never heard of. I live in Nottingham, I've never heard of these breweries. And I've got them in my shed now, beer room. In the beer room, rather, not the shed. It's the beer room. It's not a man cave, it's a beer room. But yeah, we've got them down there, and I can review them. And if people out there think, ooh, I like the sound of that, and obviously if they deliver national, then even better, And if I can do a little bit to help out breweries, I'm so pleased to do that. We're all in this together. And as somebody who's a fan, more than a beer reviewer, you know, yeah, review beers, because I seen the bloke who does real ale craft beer, that bloke there, and I seen him and I thought, I can talk about beers. And obviously I worked in the industry, in retail for 5 years, on the beers wines and spirits section, so I know some bits. Yeah, I've got my own verdict anyway, we'll put it that way. If it tastes nice, that's all that matters. And, you know, I don't need to go down... there's a certain oakiness to this. I don't need to go down that road. And if any of my neighbours are watching, they think, why is that twat been talking for 20 odd minutes? I'm sorry, it's the fourth time. So, yeah. Obviously, the air has got to this now. I mean, it's been 20 minutes. This is the fourth take. Yeah? I feel like somebody in a film, you know. Some idiot goes and coughs in the background. You think, oh, for God's sakes, man, I've got to do it again. It's a very nice tasting beer. Like it says, a hot, juicy hop monster. Certainly juicy, certainly good flavour, good strength. And lasts for ages as well. And, you know, I'm proud of some of the Nottinghamshire breweries. And, you know, to be the champion of Nottinghamshire, and that takes some doing. I mean, obviously, I'm no expert at what's around the country, but there's a lot of good breweries in Nottingham, some damn decent breweries, making some flipping good beers. So to be the champion, even just of Nottinghamshire, is a good achievement. I mean, these days, microbreweries are everywhere, you know. It don't cost that much to do brews on a small basis, even if you're doing 40 25 litre brews, you know, as a home brewer. So, you know, to go on from that, there's a massive amount of competition out there, and some very interesting brews as well. The telephone number is 0333 003 5008. And on the site, I've already said this, but you wouldn't have heard it because that review's already been ditched. They do a selection of kegs. They deliver nationally. They deliver locally. They do a 12 mix bottle pack. The kegs are around about 23 quid each. Yeah. For a 9 litre, which is about... If you're looking at 500ml bottles, so we're talking 9 bottles, so slightly cheaper than buying 9 separate bottles. And obviously, with kegs, you've got 2 or 3 days to drink them, so it's always something to bear in mind. Me, I would always buy bottles because, one, if I'm reviewing, I need to buy single bottles, and obviously, I can't literally afford to keep buying kegs anyway. Plus there's only so much beer you can drink as a person, you know. And so anyway, yeah. I mean, obviously Lenton Lane not far away from me at the moment. I was going to go on to what I was on about earlier, but sometimes when you're in a review, you go on to subjects, and I've had to stop myself because I'm not in that subject time. But the sun's out now. We are in some fantastic weather in this lockdown, and hopefully soon, you know, something happens and we just snap out of it and we go back to normal life. I want to get back to the theme parks. I do. Desperate to go on some roller coasters. I've not been on one this year. Was going to go to Blackpool early in the year. Didn't go because it was cold and bloody wet, as Blackpool normally is anyway. And now I regret that because I've not been on any. Done some good work in the garden, putting a new decking area in, a new area for the hot tub down there, to show you. So, yeah, there's a new hot tub area down there, in that. And funny enough, talking about home brewing, I've got my five brews in there at the moment. I've got my 2 ginger wine and brews in there, rhubarb and ginger and sultanas. I've got my lager brewing in there, and I've got my 2 red wines brewing in there. Yes, and if you've never seen my reviews before, I obviously like a bit of drink, you know. goes with the territory, doesn't it? I mean, if you're a beer fan, you like what you're doing. I mean, my ultimate job is actually to work in a brewery. You know, learning the ropes and then helping out with brewing new, or at least giving ideas, you know. But, you know, brewery work, fantastic job. Cleaning out, you know, all that, it sounds so interesting. And, you know, working with people who are actually genuinely interested in their job. It's like, I mean, I am a gardener, been a gardener all my life. I love gardening. Can't say I'm as 100% happy in the role I am at the moment, but, you know, very tough times to move at the moment if you're in a job situation. Retail is obviously massive at the moment because everyone's going to the shops now, but it will all come back, and I think we'll all come back very strong. Unlike 2008 when we had that recession with the banks, we were all in a good position before this, and I think the shops that have gone under, you know, sad for them, but shops will replace them, businesses will replace, and I think we'll come out of this bouncing back in a way that probably will be, you know, unbelievable. And I think Britain, when you look at PPE and things like that, we don't need to be going abroad. Make it in this country, buy it from this country. If we can make it nearly as cheap as what the Chinese can, but make it to the quality that it should be, surely don't buy from abroad. Pay a bit more, get the quality here. It's got to be the way. And then you turn Britain back into what it should be, Great Britain. All four nations joining together to make each other's great. It's got to be the way, you know. And if this virus has learnt us anything, it's that colour, religion, nationalities mean nothing. It's the human race versus a virus. And it was a big joke at the start, wasn't it? And then you look at 37,000 people dying. It ain't no bloody joke now. You know, scary times. But anyway, back to this fella. And I've yacked for ages. I've been doing this for about half an hour now, or even more. And I'm only on 12 minutes on this review. And I feel like you've missed out on some good reviews. But I'm not posting all different reviews, Dan. You'll get the one, unfortunately. Some of the other reviews went off on a tangent, and the tangent was actually quite funny. So I'll go down that tangent. I'll go down Tangent Avenue. So I was on about the Arboretum, my old workplace, and you know, it pains me. It really pains me to see how gardening on Nottingham City Council has gone downhill so far. I know there's been job cuts, but quality of staff make a difference. Anybody can mow a lawn. They can. You know, I know that. Anybody can mow a lawn, anybody can cut an edge. That said, there's a way of doing it properly. There's a way of taking pride in your work, making it look as best as you can. And when I was at the Arboretum, before this austerity and all that, when I left in 2010, when I was working there, we won East Midlands in Bloom 18 times, and this is when all the councils were well funded. We won Britain in Bloom 3 or 4 times. We won Entente Florale once, which is the European Britain in Bloom, basically. European in Bloom. The Arboretum, with 3 full-time gardeners, won the Royal Horticultural Society Excellence in Horticulture. And it was an amazing place to work for. The flower beds, you know. But that quality gardeners can turn a park around. You know, a lot of people, they're chit-chat for hours. And you know, in 8 hours you can do a lot of work. But if you work cleverly as a gardener, in any job, if you work cleverly, you can achieve so much more if you have the love of the job, the role you're in, and left to bring your stamp on it. You can do more, and it was a fantastic place. Sadly now it looks like the grass hasn't been mowed since September last year. Terrible. No leaves out the shrubberies, the pruning's terrible. The park itself is a shadow of its former self. Sad to see, you know. High class gardening should be there to show others that you can achieve that in your own garden. Sad. It's sad that I'm not working on there anymore, but hey ho. Yeah. But anyway, back to this beer. I did go down a other tangent earlier, but I won't go down that today. So we're in at 16 minutes in, but it's actually way over half an hour. Still tasting good, good strength. Hazy gold pour, white head. It's tropical notes, tropical citrus flavours coming through. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but that's what I'm getting. Good taste throughout. Nice bit of bitterness. And for my first beer from Lenton Brewery, woof. I can wholeheartedly see why this won. That 6.2%, oh, that's nice, that is. I do like a strong beer. It's definitely down Raggy Avenue. The subtropical flavours, tropical citrusy flavours that are there. Very nice. So, and quite a nice design actually, fair enough. Bottle conditioned means the longer you leave it, it can go a bit stronger. I presume. Does for me anyway with my beers, so I presume it's the same. So out of 5 then, I'm going to give this 4.4 out of 5. Very nice beer, and I can see why it won the Champion Beer. And it's my 4th time trying it, but yeah, great. Loved it. And well done Lenton Lane Brewery on getting the Champion Beer. Because there's a lot of decent beers in Nottinghamshire, a lot of decent breweries rather, and award-winning breweries as it is, and to be the champion, it is a big thing, you know. And overall, at the end of the day, decent beer, decent aroma, tastes good, nice strength. That's all you got to think about, and at a fair price as well. And that's it for this beer review. Thank you everyone for subscribing. We are over the 600 subscribers mark. Can't wait to get to 1,000 sometime in the next century. Oof. But you never know. And then we can do live reviews, and you can see what a twat I am on the camera normally. Eh? But yeah, and as always, stay safe. You know, we're still in strange and, you know, scary times. You know, we've still got to carry on this social distancing, washing, disinfecting. Bloody hell, the amount of times through the day I'm spraying disinfectant, not because my hands, I work on my own, so my hands, you know, I don't really touch anything that other people have touched, but because of the worry about it, it stresses me out that much that I do clean my hands so much. And it's funny, isn't it, you know, getting the habit, keeping away from people, and all that. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon. Cheers.